Hi there, I've been following a series on how to build a responsive website from start to finish. This is by Travis Neilson from Dev Tips. Now to do this he uses a software package called Jekyll. So when I tried to install it on my Ubuntu 14.04 system, I got an error. So I needed to resolve that. So the next step for me will be to work out why it's not working. After doing a search around the internet, I discovered that to install Jekyll you need to first have the Ruby software installed in your Ubuntu system. Now you could do this by going to your software center, but the problem with that is it will install an old version of Ruby. And this gem install Jekyll will actually try and install version 3. So if you try and do that, it will say that it requires version 2.0.0 or greater. So the next step is really to install the latest version of Ruby, and this will need to be done manually. When I tried to install the latest version of Ruby and Jekyll, I came across this curl:77 error in my terminal. So I did a search and found this document on Stack Overflow. Now apparently what's happening is that Ruby and Jekyll are looking for certificates in this directory, but they actually are stored in this directory. So we need to do a copy from this directory to this directory, and that should resolve the issue of the missing certificates. To install the latest version of Ruby, I did a search on the internet and found this website, digitalocean.com. And there's an article by Mitchell here, and he goes on to describe how to install Ruby and then Ruby on Rails. We won't be doing the Ruby on Rails bit, we'll be just installing the latest version of Ruby. So to install Ruby, first you need to just make sure you've got all the updates. So you copy this command and paste into your terminal and hit return to run it. Then you copy and paste this command, which gets all the dependencies that Ruby requires, and then these set of commands will install the Ruby environment. Before you run this in your Ubuntu desktop, you need to change the .bash_profile bit to .bashrc so that it will work in Ubuntu. After you've done that, we are now ready to install the latest version of the Ruby environment. So by copy pasting this code here, then you need to make the Ruby global. Then finally, to check that you have indeed installed this version, you do a Ruby -v for version. So if I just do that, you will see that I have the latest version installed, which is 2.2.3 P173. After installing Ruby version 2.2.3, I then proceeded to try and install Jekyll version 3. But when I did that, I got this error here saying that the Ruby version I had was not greater than or equal to 2.0.0. So I did a check by typing in this command into my terminal, Ruby -v, and it did say that I had version 2.2.3. So I was a little bit puzzled as to what was going on, until I found this Stack Overflow document that explains that I need to create a symbolic link to the Ruby 2.0 directory and the Gem 2.0 directory by entering these commands here. So after doing that, this will change the symbolic link from these old directories to the new directories. Then you should be able to install Jekyll by typing in gem install Jekyll. Don't type in the sudo because that will throw up an error.